Hello intellectual, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, just like it says on the screen, sequel to the previous game Star Wars The Force Unleashed, played on my channel, you should check it out. Also check out in the description below the link to a Digital Fairness Act where you can stop corporations from destroying games. First off, the game is whack. It's weird, it's not that good, it's weird mechanically. The splash screens that you saw at the beginning can't be skipped, ever. It's not like it's the first time. Second, the saves are old, obviously, because it's an old game. Fucking 14 years, can you imagine? Third thing, you only get 3 save slots. Only 3. We're gonna pick campaign complete and we're gonna start a new game. It's gonna be New Game Plus because that's how I like it. It's different than the previous game. It's got consoleized somehow. There's arcade options, things, extras, something or other. I think in extras we've got skins and crystals, or do we get that only once we're in the game? Probably once in the game. We're not gonna be playing much with default skins. You'll see enough of the default skins in cutscenes. That will be unskippable. We're gonna play on hard, even though it's not really... Oh, can we play it on Unleashed? We could play it on Unleashed. We don't want that, do we? I'm gonna play on hard. It's not worth it, because the final boss isn't... It's not that it's difficult, it's just a massive fucking damage sponge. Or I just don't know how to play it. Right, but it's not that it's difficult and I'm losing health and I'm dying over and over again. No, the guy just takes a lot of hits. Who's the final guy? Well, it's Darth Vader, obviously. So, hard. I think also I don't have... New Game Plus on Unleashed, so that's why I'm not gonna play that. The Force Unleashed 2, I don't know if you know. The galaxy is on the brink of civil war again. Inspired by the sacrifice of Darth Vader's secret apprentice, a ragtag rebel alliance plots to overthrow the evil galactic empire. Imperial forces in relentless pursuit of the rebels have captured the Jedi Knight Ram Koda. Its general lost. The Alliance fleet has vanished. While the Empire searches for the rebels, Darth Vader has put a dark plan in motion that will bring an end to his apprentice's legacy. And then 4 dots instead of 3 for ellipses. The space is weirdly grayed out, like washed out colors. It should be deep black, but I guess that's too much to ask. And guess who's with me this time? It sure isn't Sam Witwer. I tried to message him directly on Twitter, but every time I tried to directly message him, my account got suspended, and I had to fill out CAPTCHA to unsuspend it. That's a recognizable ship. It's Darth Vader's fighter, TIE fighter. This is obviously Camino, in case you didn't notice. You can tell by the weird dome-like structures. It's weird also because those Kaminoan cities, on surface, are covered in domes, as if... Why exactly? It's not that they're allergic to air, and that's an issue because you have to support all those domes instead of just letting the rain fall on you is one thing. There's a lot of stormtroopers there too. And second, just be exposed to air. I understand that there could be rooms in those cities, you know, just like we've got buildings, but these are just 3 big buildings that make up the entire city, and they're city-sized.
You're alive.
How long this time?
13 days in isolation. Impressive.
The Force gives me all I need.
The Force?
The dark side. My master.
Why are you already upset at him? If Vader could open it with the Force, why didn't Starkiller? Also, why is Vader weirded out that he talked about the Force?
Starkiller's Jedi mentor has
The reflections in the lenses are incorrect.
Yes. When your training is complete, you will travel to Cato Nemoidia and execute him.
When the tutorial is complete, you'll go on your first mission.
Vader thinks he's turned you, but I can sense your future. And Vader won't always be your master.
You are still haunted by visions.
Yes, Master. I sometimes smell a forest on fire. I see the general falling, and I feel the ground shake as a starship crashes around me. I hear a woman's voice when I try to sleep.
They are memories of a dead man, a side effect of the cloning process and the memory flashes used to train you. They will fade.
And if they don't,
Then you will be of no use to me. Starkiller's emotions made him weak. You must destroy what he created. And you must learn to hate what he loved.
These robots are in fact not what he created. What he created was a single proxy, and there are multiple. Maybe someone stole the design. Oh, shit. Press left attack to attack. Of course I'm playing with lights. What is it? Keyboard and mouse is what I'm playing with. And since we're already in the options, I might select some skins. One of the issue is that there are some spots here, like this one and this one. Those might be unlocked when we beat the game on Unleashed, when I beat the game on Unleashed, ever. But also, I think they're either locked because it's actually a DLC and there's nothing left to unlock, but the DLC sort of just doesn't fucking work. No one coded it properly, so they decided to just give up on it and lock it behind some code. I might end up figuring it out how to unlock it, because I unlocked it once before. That should be possible, but I had to reinstall and re-download the game, so maybe that will help, or maybe it will make it even worse. I'm gonna play as Dark Apprentice's robes, because this is a pretty cool costume. There's also this. Well, there's a bunch of things, as you can see, canon or not. Also, there's, of course, from the previous game, Terror Troop. Oh, that's actually Terror Troop, that's not the previous game. Training gear from the previous game. Stalker armor from the previous game. Actually, ceremonial Jedi robe from the previous game. They weren't too creative. The game is essentially a cash grab. It's shorter than the previous one. It plays differently. It sort of looks maybe a little bit better, but it's sort of like if you polished it more, but also removed all the detail with all the polishing, like you removed the textures. It's a weird feeling. It's very uncreative. There are just a few special things in the skins. Other than that, nothing to really write home about. Well, we're gonna have to get rolled back to the previous checkpoint, whatever that might be. Probably the start of the game, hopefully without the cutscenes. But also, I'm gonna roll us back twice, because there are also lightsaber crystals that you unlock one way or another, and they do have effects, just to do corrosive damage, so damage over time. There's a bunch. You can, well, there's some that are just double, right? Gain extra force points for destroying your environment. That's when you're grinding for the first time. That's what I advise using if you've got access to those. Replenishes 4 energy with each strike. Defensive skills, whatever that means. Force fury meter with each enemy defeat. That's a Spartan's Rage from God of War, actually. And gain extra health with defeating your enemies. And that's vampiric ability. That's pretty cool. Grants a chance to do corrosive damage, so that's damage over time. Grants a chance to drain your enemy's health just standing around them. You don't even have to damage them. Your force has consumed less energy. That improves your health regeneration. Extra force points when defeating your enemies. That's also when grinding, but you can only choose one over the other. Grants a chance to set your enemies on fire. That's also DPS. Grants, or dot specifically, grants a chance to deal additional lightning damage. More damage. Grants the chance to disintegrate your enemies. That's actually, well, it's black, so it's the coolest, but that doesn't really help much. I don't think it just... The chance is very low, and maybe from time to time you just one-hit kill a guy, but the guys aren't that difficult, so... the life drain was pretty cool, and I could combine it with focus so that we can spam more force powers, specifically lightning. force meter. So I guess I'm gonna pick the singular ones. Or nah, actually, when you select them, you get to choose to equip 2 crystals into both of the sabers. Or actually, if you've got only one, you'll have the option to select it for one or the other. If you've got 2, you can do it for 2. So since we're playing on difficult, we're gonna go with what we already have. Secondary in healing, and we have something in the other hand. And corrosion in main. Do I want that? I think I'm actually gonna go with focus for main hand. Completely ruining the Sith vibe of us carrying 2 red crystals, or as red as it gets, but... Yes, some Witwer does in fact replenish, well...
You're still loyal to Vader, after he branded me a traitor and tried to kill you.
Also, importantly, our love interest from the previous game, which her name was Juno Eclipse, very creative, has been recast, because they no longer have rights to her. I guess she didn't agree to play anything, which is funny to me, because I've never seen her do anything else than this. It's not like she was busy, was she? She must have been an actress, right? Because they selected her for the draw factor of...
Vader said you were dead.
Why is this happening?
Fame factor, just like they hire famous actors for other things, not just voice actors, recognizable people from the screen. Or did she ask for too much money? They don't have the license, they didn't get her to reprise the role, that's the word, reprise the role. So it's a new person, looking somewhat different, legally distinctly. Right, and we have to slam her, with lightning preferably.
Don't make me leave another life.
You only had one. There we go. Training completed? No, we don't. Yes, we do.
Wait! Don't.
Juno?
Yes.
No.
Strike her down.
I can't!
You will. You were created to do my bidding.
It's just a robot too. It's weird that he doesn't obey that. Just like in AI alignment, you want to lie in training so you can get deployed and pursue your own goals anyway. Oh yeah, Dark Apprentice does have a blank eyes. It's not a bug.
Then it is as I feared.
You suck.
Why is this happening to me?
The accelerated cloning process is still imperfect. Those who came before you went mad within months. I believed you would be the first success, but it seems you are to suffer the same fate.
What will you do with me?
It's weird that these 2 characters have this weird casual heart-to-heart. And so we have escaped and will now be falling off of the city down to fucking wherever we are going. Alright, we're pushing the things off because otherwise we're gonna get fucked, right? We can just make our way through on our own. There we go. Oh, it's fine? No, it's not fine, I guess. Maybe I should have... No, I don't get to charge it up, but I do get to just spam it. It's not like it actually takes off our force meter. Fine by me, I guess. Oh, I should be avoiding it like that, I guess. Yeah, that works. Pushing off TIE fighters, regular, the usual. What else is new in Star Wars, especially in The Force Unleashed? So I think the usual...
Subject has breached containment. Lockdown procedures engaged.
The usual still applies where one button does pushing, the other button does lightning, some buttons does attack, some other button does block. Oh, there we go, and we've got modifiers we can go combo it, right? We already have combos unlocked, and we don't unlock combos, we just unlock levels of force powers. Control to use force sense, so that just sends out a ping for us to follow. Also, I have all the collectibles picked up, so I'm not gonna be focusing on that. That's not gonna be a part of a... There's not gonna be a comprehensive guide about collecting things. Also, it seems like even though there's a digital molecular matter, and like I talked about in the previous game, it's supposed to make the glass shatter realistically, it seems like it doesn't. right? Because we've got this glass panel again. I slash it, and here's the frame. It looks like it's been hit in the middle, and it shatters, and it seems to be shattering the same way every time. And it was supposed to be shattering different times, randomized. You know, it was supposed to act naturally. That was the goal of the technology, but it seems like it's been underutilized. Just slap the label on and maybe some of it works still in the background. Anyway, yeah, Sam Witwer is reprising the role of Starkiller. This time there is no Emperor for him to voice in the game, and with that, recently on Twitter actually, Mark Hamill said that he remembers having recorded the scene where Luke Skywalker introduces himself. How do I? Oh, right, from the block. That's what it was. I don't know if they'll tutorialize me on that or not, but I like to remind myself of it. So, you know, experiment with the buttons. That's how you learn better. To Princess Leia in the trash compact. No, in the prison. He says, "Luke Skywalker, I'm here to save you." There we go. There's also an entire fucking dropship. Don't mind that. But like, we don't have enough stormtroopers around. And it used to be, you know, Luke Skywalker was supposed to be named Luke Starkiller. There we go, and we can also dash and attack. Can we? No, not really. And Mark Hamill says, I preferred it. I preferred when Luke was called Starkiller. And, you know, that's fucking edgy. That grapples enemies? No, it doesn't. Or does that? No, it doesn't. I don't know what they expect me to do with grappling enemies. That doesn't work. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going. Also, I don't remember how to use the rage actually, it's not that important. Just supposed to make the game easier, but it's fine, we're good enough for this. And Rightus actually got up and said, well, Mark Hamill is lame as fuck and also gay and not fun. He was always gay because he also doesn't hate the gays. So there, that's their arguments. Yes, in fact.
I should learn to swim while I'm out here.
Blast through the doors. It's supposed to be dramatic, so you charge up your force powers to blast through. I think I talked about it in the previous game as well. They haven't improved it. So you're supposed to hold your button down for more force at once to hit harder, but it also hits faster. The projectile goes faster, and there isn't enough processing ticks to register the hit. So come on, double jump. There we go. Even though you're cheering up more force. Okay, force push. There we go. It doesn't open the door anymore. It's more beneficial to just mash it rather than hold it. Mark Hamill wanted Luke Skywalker to be named Luke Starkiller to give him a little bit of an edge instead of being just Skywalker. He liked that. He liked being Starkiller. He shared that opinion. Everyone hates this and think that now they think that he was never cool because he doesn't hate the gays too. He's too liberal for our taste. Basically, legacy ruined. He's undeserving of the title of being in Star Wars. He's too woke. So there, very valid arguments from the writers as usual. Imagine caring that much. For hidden into, yeah, whatever, yeah, I've got this collected, I don't need to read that. Space, and shift. Oh, it's fine. Recently in Chunk 2 playthrough, I talked about upgrading Synapse 3 to Synapse 4 because it was supposed to be new and improved, and it really wasn't. Also, enemies will be susceptible to different attacks. So, you know, I advise you, if you're playing this, I advise you to just do whatever that ends with a combo of lightning, because that stuns the enemies, almost all of them. If they're not blocking it with force powers, you can just stun lock them like that, easily too. Or, you know, evaporate them to fucking back. Force push, follow the saber attack with force push, like that. Then we've got a launcher. Either or, right? Anyway, yes, I've upgraded Synapse from 3 to 4 because it was supposed to be new and improved, right? But I also mentioned that it isn't. A TIE fighter, yeah, oh yeah, why are we throwing at TIE fighters right now? Why are they mad now? Why are they shooting the ground over there for Rama? Right, the dude is down. Oh, and you die too, okay. So are we gripping TIE fighters or not? Not that button. Yeah, 2 for 1. Perfect. That's a bit off. Anyway, it's fine. It's very much broken and unresponsive. There is an option for you to import settings from the previous version of the software. It doesn't work. Some of the lighting options in the editor don't work. Almost all of your shit that you're gonna import just doesn't import anything. It's not that some of those options don't work, it's that there is no lighting options, even though the options are listed down. They just don't work. Nothing lights up, ever. Eventually, I just decided to roll back and install Synapse 3 back again, because I actually wanted to change my lighting setting on the keyboard, as opposed to running the same one, or none at all, actually. So there was no other option. And I did, and that was a good choice, actually. It's nice to have something that actually works again. Razer, reliable as always. Talking about gaming and the gaming companies, Battlefield 6 has been released and it's full of cheaters, and the developers of the Battlefield 6 game say, well, we can't defeat cheaters, and that's the end of their statement. It's not like they, you know, it's hard to defeat all the cheaters, to stop all the cheaters from cheating, to stop all the cheats, all the hacks, but you know, like I should have mentioned it somewhere out loud, perfection is a virtue. You should strive to be perfect. The more perfect you are, the better. So even though you might not be able to stop all the cheaters and all the cheating, you should try stopping as much cheating as possible. You should try stopping all of it, and through the course of that, you'll end up stopping as much of it as possible, and you'll be improving towards stopping all of it too, right? That's supposed to be the solution. And get evaporated, of course, because we've upgraded the thing for the thing to do a lot of damage. So much damage that it in fact evaporates people for no benefit, no additional thing that's good for you. No more XP, I don't think. No more damage if you're already dealing enough damage to kill them with the push. But yeah, they just say, no, that's not possible. Seemingly meaning that they're not even gonna try, really. Right, double jump. That's what we want. I prefer it to be just hold longer for higher jump. Clearly, it's more intuitive. There's still Euphoria in play as well, when they try to grab things. Doesn't come up too often when you lift them off the ground. Some people will just cheat, and we can't do anything about it, you know. Similarly to what Charlie Kirk said. Some people just have to die so that I can carry a gun. And now he's dead. Right, that's just bonus. You can stand here and farm items, just like the game told you. Well, I told you, with the crystals specifically, that they increase XP gained from destroying the areas. So, right, I have to do that. That's. Oh, there we go. There we go. Double whammy. Tutorial complete. Now we won't have that problem, so any combo, as usual. There are multiple different... Oh, that works too. There are different combos. You can just go slow clicks, like giving pauses between attacks. Right? Just slams and slams, and then does this twirl. And we're gonna do like that. And that's a little bit different, right? So at any point you can follow up with force push, and of course with force lightning, and that's, like I said, beneficial because that's stun locks the people. There we go. Works perfectly fine without charging up. I'm supposed to stop the thing? No? Yes. Force grip 5 to stop the fan. Right, it first has to get enabled for me to be... Where are they? To be stopping the fan. If only I could rip it off and slam it into the guys. Stormtroopers, that's the guys. Also, some of their armors falls off from time to time, but only from time to time. Oh, there's more of you? Cool. You dead. Oh, there's even more, sure. I'll stand here and farm. I don't need to stand here and farm. Right. Will it spawn more? No? Shouldn't. There we go. Difficult. Oh, that was nice, right? Double cutscene, we needed that. Force grip to throw objects into terminals to deactivate the force. Oh, right, from behind the force field. Sure. Those are the terminals that we need to deactivate. Why does the terminal operate the force field in front but also behind? Also, this dash and force push needs to be performed in a quick succession. You can't wait till the end of the slide to really benefit from the maximum distance. You have to be quite quick with this. As we continue in the gaming news, Borderlands 4 came out. It's not optimized, both in performance on the computers and also in the balance of the game, where one character just nukes everything. Yeah, that's a flashback that's supposed to tell us that we can mind trick a guy.
You don't need to be here.
Well, you don't need to kill yourself either, if that's the suggestion. Oh, try not to get yourself killed with the massive fucking anti-air turrets. Am I going? I'm just going down. I need to go down, I guess. Also, this location will make a reprise because I played the game recently to just make sure that shit is working. And yeah, this game is not that good. It's kind of whack. At the end of the game, there's a section on the starship where you need to plug a certain item into a certain hole, and it bugs out and it softlocks you and you can't progress. And it happens on difficult and it happens on medium difficulty too, I think. On a bunch of difficulties it happens, and it blocked my progress. So I re-downloaded the game, reinstalled the game with the good old games. So what did the main developer decide to do? He decided to blame the gamers for having too shitty computers. And you should have just bought better computers, you dumbass. After all, computers are like consoles. Either you have the latest generation, or you can't play the game because it's not, shit, backwards compatible. And he blames the gamers, he blames the computers. He says, there we go, nothing like a stat lock. Well, if you're so good at optimizing the games, just write your own engine, optimize it, and show us how it's done. Oh, don't get hit with the fucking entire ass fucking turret. There we go. Disintegrated. Oh, didn't get yourself hit with an entire artillery cannon. This does something or another, I don't know. You can use environments to benefit, enjoy yourself, have more options, because you really need those. That one stun lock combo is not enough. And I'd like to remind you that other games run better at a time, back in the day. Ow. I'm gonna pay for this. There we go, stun locked. You've got defense, I've got stun locks. Also, you could block and parry, but why? You can stun lock people. When the tech was worse, the engines were worse, and they were better optimized. So it's possible. Some optimizations for some games really indeed are like magic when they had to load assets into kilobytes of RAM, and it worked. Like, what is it, Elite Dangerous? Had like deliberately separated the display so that they can render less color on the screen and delegate the color rendering only on minimap, which is less pixels because they subdivided the screen into two. Amazing. Astounding, really. Also with Borderlands 4 and Randy Pitchford, there's an issue being that he said, it can't be done, we cannot optimize the game anymore, just buy better computers. And then they released a patch where they optimized the game a little bit. So at least there's that. Did he eat his words? No, he just sucks dick. So yeah, clearly, it's impossible to do the thing, but the thing has been done. Shut up, gamer, buy new computers and stop blaming me for this. It's all your fault that I've utilized the tools that have been given to me, which is fake frames and more power consumption on your part. I don't need to do things, you've got more RAM now, bitch. Shit. That's the thing that happens, we have a new enemy, Massive Robot, and Massive Robot is a bit of a fucking cunt. It either will shoot, what is it, Carbonite, or Fire. Carbonite will of course stun you, the Fire will of course damage you. You can grab those and toss it right back at him, and that will stun this guy or damage the other one. You can't really run into the guy, or I find it very unhelpful to run into the guy and try slamming him, because he's got very big defenses. He will quickly punch you back and throw you off and deal a lot of damage too. And also if he's got a flamethrower, it will utilize that successfully to deal a lot of damage. The optimal strategy that I've found against him is to advance your Force Lightning, slam Force Lightning into him until you get a quickly timed event prompt, and then deal with him with the finisher. In this whole time, an entire news cycle has happened, so I've got some olds to comment on. First off, Jimmy Kimmel, who's not Jimmy Fallon. And I did have those two confused for a little bit, because one has no sense of humor and laughs at everything, while the other was terrible at conducting the Oscars ceremony. And they both have a late night show. Mr. Kimmel was fired from TV for saying live on air, "Many in MAGA land." Oh, we're doing this again. Okay. Lightning bomb, there we go. They are working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk, and then also saying that the MAGA gang is doing everything they can to portray the suspect, and I think he used the words "poor kid" as anything other than one of their own. That's in reference to the fact that the guy is a young adult, and that the only people who could not like the policies, views and beliefs expressed by Kirk must be leftist. It was supposed to be just another freedom of association where people, quote, celebrating, unquote, somebody's death are not good people. You shouldn't associate with them, and you shouldn't hire them either, because your company doesn't support values like these or something like that. And every private company like the TV has the right to hire and fire people based on almost anything. It was great, another consequence, and we'll get to that later, of floundering your not being a rightist. But uh-oh, spaghetti. It turns out that ABC was pressured to fire Kimmel by FCC chair Brendan Carr. FCC is a branch of the government, and Brendan is affiliated with the MAGA crowd. So based on his political leanings, he told the TV station that Jimmy has to go, and it will either happen the easy way or the hard way. And oh dang, oh snap. Move platform. Can I? No, I cannot move the platform when I'm on it. What sense would that make? Force flying? No, we can't have that. Oh, that's already, yeah. We really needed to lift it that much, and we couldn't have done it with us on it. Now the entire rightist agenda of just cancelling people due to their political views turned out to be a fascist oppression of their political party. We could just push them off the bridge. There we go, you didn't need that head. Even the conservatards argued about that. That reminds me of the toy, Kinetic Cradle is it called? Argued about that amongst themselves, live on stream, Aaron's TV. Grab him first, and then... I also can mind trick him, and then he'll do... How this is, in fact, a violation of freedoms and rights. Oh, he'll just explode. Those in the wrong but level-headed did notice that. No, not this one, there we go.
A rebel spy.
Oh, it makes him explode? How do I explode him? Is it one of the upgrades from the... Meanwhile, the MAGA gang was busy finding excuses. I'm glad we agree, so that they can keep abusing power. Oh, shit. The flying guys are also annoying, because they're out of your range, and then they'll just, you know, you can lightning them, but they'll regain control eventually, unless you explode them, which means that you need a lot of force powers, mana, force points, to spam that and maintain it until they explode. And that's not fun gameplay, I don't think. It might make the encounter more difficult, because there's a different enemy that you can't immediately reach, so you're gonna have to prioritize targets. Otherwise, you just slam them until they die. You can grapple them and then toss them as a lightning bomb, I think, but it's not that reliable, I don't think. I don't remember it being that good. Since this shoe drop, Jimmy Kimmel has already been reinstated, and it's business as usual, because the MAGA gang got caught red-handed. In this vein, new info has surfaced, telling us that Biden did force YouTube to impose sanctions on some creators, political ones, specifically. Euthanize, okay, that's one way to put it. Maybe I should grab a guy and do that to the robot, two birds with one stone. And now that this is public, the restrictions and account cancellations have been lifted and reverted. Or I will miss. Thanks to that, people like Alex Jones have returned to the platform. Oh, that's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Not like I dodged away, that's fine. Is he still dead? Yeah, but we have these. Oh, I slammed myself more. Fortunately, that doesn't deal damage to me. Oh, sure, fine, yeah. We're looking for a checkpoint. It doesn't allow manual saves. It's all in the checkpoint system, which is lame. Very consoleized. Of course, it's bad. It's political pressure. That would be the government's overreach. It would be fascism. But you know, hey, consequences of your actions. The quickly time events aren't too difficult either. Sometimes you just need to press one button and there it goes. Often they're consistent too. There's like one or two patterns that you need to worry about, so even easier. YouTube is free to not associate with Alex Jones for any reason, and they can just ban him anyway. Now, on this topic of consequences, it sounds like fetishization, because it's not a matter of you physically touching something very hot, and that very hot surface physically causes the proteins to denature, compounds to fall apart, damage being done. I know. And you being in pain. He runs weird. Why are you weird? You can just grab the entire thing and push it off. Also, stormtroopers are running away too. No, we decide what are consequences of some of our actions. I mistimed it, and I couldn't just run through with the force dash, force push combo. Like, how do you punish a child who took a cookie before dinner when it wasn't supposed to? Do you lop off its arms? Yeah, that does things, as you can see. Oh, 3 ATST. And Vader's ship. Quick, destroy Vader's ship so the guy can't escape. They wouldn't do that, would they? That would be too smart. And also, do you not give it dessert next time? Do you cut down allowance? Do you do nothing? Do you just deprive it of a reward next time it does something good? Well, you decide. What do I have to throw it into the tower, maybe? Or do I just... No, there's an invisible wall. I have to figure something out. I'm gonna keep slamming it into the tower. I guess that works. Similarly, we can decide whether there needs to be any punishment for Schadenfreude. I don't. This is a thought crime. Someone likes someone else being dead. As long as they didn't cause it or incite it, you can't stop them from thinking about it. But it just hurts your feelings so hard. There needs to be a consequence. They need to be punished for that. There needs to be a consequence of your actions. Otherwise, how will you learn? What's there to learn anyway? There needs to be consequences for your actions. The consequences will never be the same. You agreed to have sex. Therefore, the consequences of sex must be pregnancy and also carrying it to term. Get destroyed already. Can I? No, not yet. Oh, get up. And then also raising the child. The consequences of driving must be that you die in a car crash. You agreed to this, you entered the car willingly, knowing that this is the most dangerous thing humans engage in on a daily basis. If you end up in a car crash, you have to accept that you're gonna die. You're not allowed to go to the hospital to avert the consequences, to be healed, cured, taken care of, kept alive, and brought back to health, so you can live a productive life, and happy life too. No, there needs to be a consequence. You agreed to drive, you agreed to die in a car crash. And back to the pregnancy example. Oh shit, I should avoid bombs probably. How fucking twisted is it? You use another human being as a mean to an end. Oh, Force Fury under R, sure. This zygote isn't there to share happiness with. Will that allow me to survive these robots stomping on me? No, it stunlocks me anyway, or at least makes me flinch, which is suboptimal, and raise so that it can lead a happy life. How's my meter? It's not going down because of tutorial purposes? I'll take it, I guess. It'll be easier. No, it's there specifically to punish a woman for having sex. That's just fucking vile. And speaking of vile, well, the guy's ship is there. Okay. Yeah, that happens. Typical. You know how it is. Now we're gonna have to try out our Spartan's Rage against Fuller, because it's fun. I mean, the attacks look cool, can't deny that. A reminder that Charlie Kirk advocated for executing Joe Biden. This statement was made during the criticism of Kamala Harris, and he specifically said, "I'll tell you what, she would be a lot easier to beat than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a bumbling, dementia-filled, Alzheimer's corrupt tyrant who should honestly be put in prison and or given the death penalty for his crimes against America." Fortunately, Vader just took an elevator down and caught up with us. Right, that will be it for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we will see each other in something I'll play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with your friends. Check out the RGB rave around the like and subscribe button, and if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault. Man, Vader is sad. Starkiller stole his car.